Morning, welcome to the next podcast of Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. Apologies for no podcast last Sunday, but as we all know, it was a Tim Knight auction up in Norwich last weekend, which saw the first part of the David Frith collection go under the hammer. So anyway, I went up on the Friday night and stayed overnight and stayed there, which was a long day on the Saturday. Long journey back home as well. Didn't get much sleep on the Friday because there was a very noisy fridge in the room, but anyway, there we are. I've survived. It was quite a good day actually, I have to say, seeing all the bits and pieces spread out in a different place than I'd been used to, seeing it in David Frith's library. But there were some fantastic prices achieved, I have to say. Just showing that one there, which is on the front of Tim's catalogue. That was a £16,000 Chevalier Taylor original, unpublished, 16 grand, and the Victor Trumper one went for £7,000. So it's a good start for David Frith, and caps and everything sold well, so I think he was very happy with what happened. So anyway, just going to go back on what happened before, on the week before, which turned up in the post, which was this lovely what we got here, March edition of the Cricket Memorabilia Society magazine, which is full of all sorts of information in there. Also some on David Frith's auction, some great stuff there. Where's that one from? Well, that's me, that one, funny enough. And we've got Longstock, Pete Schofield's in here again, showing some lovely stuff. So it's well worth getting one of these, or joining the Cricket Memorabilia Society, so you can get your membership and what have you. So there's a photograph there of Mr. Frith and Richard Brown, the chairman of the society, and that's David Frith receiving his Award of Excellence, just basically for his services to cricket memorabilia and everything else. So £20 a year, great memorabilia society to be involved with. And also, which I failed to say a couple of weeks ago, was that turned up, was this lovely autograph book. It's got all the counties in it. Unfortunately, that one there of Somerset is coming out, unfortunately, but there we are. But there's some nice signatures here. This is Yorkshire one here. And then I did put on Facebook lovely one there of Waite, which is a very rare Surrey player. Only played 7 games, Oscar Waite. That's a nice addition for me there. And then we've got a bit further on in the book, and we've got South Africa 51, and we've got there Indian Touring Team 52 there, which obviously got these in a different book and pasted them all into this one. But there's some nice things there, all on a single page. Some West Indies Tour team there. You got Frank Worrell, got all the other ones on a different page, but you never flick them out in the right place, do you? But, who else have we got here? It's Lancashire there. So some nice signatures there, generally all in one page of the book. So I'm quite pleased with that little purchase, I have to say. So anyway, just get on to the things now that I actually purchased at Tim Knight's auction. Starting off with a few Jack Hobbs bits and pieces that I managed to snare, this was a lovely different postcard there of Jack, nicely signed. Up his leg, he's getting on a bit there, so it must be towards the end of his career, I should think, that one. And very pleased to have that one. And then I've got a lovely, didn't have one of his invoices or whatever. This is to Master Franklin. And it says, herewith a photo card of which you owe Messrs Jack Hobbs Limited 4p. Best wishes, yours very truly, Jack Hobbs. So nice on there with his headed paper from his shop in Fleet Street. So I was quite pleased to get that, I have to say. So a couple of nice bits there for Jack Hobbs. Another one here was this lovely, this is out the David Frith collection. Lovely one here of New South Wales and the Marylebone CC on the 1946-47 tour. This is getting towards the end, February 21st and 24th of March. And 5 of these players. We're missing Sid Barnes there, it's got no Sid Barnes absent. Got a lovely maker's mark there, or photographer's mark there, should I say. And the 4 of those players on there went on the 1948 Invincibles tour, which was Saggers, Toshak, Arthur Morris and Ray Lindwall. So it's a lovely photograph there. The match was actually a draw. I've got it written on the back here, and it's the highest score was Kissel, who got 80 not out in the second innings of the New South Wales, and Kissel is down here, so he was top scorer of that match. So I'm pleased with that. And there's a 19. There was just another little sideline on there. Peter Smith took, what did he take? 9 for 121 for the MCC. And there's that lovely photograph there of the MCC. Right, it's 46, 47. Peter Smith's over here. There, with a signature. Where's his signature? Just up here, Peter Smith. So quite a nice connection there between that tour. So I was pleased with those bits. I did get some Dennis Lilly posters, but unfortunately I left them there, which is a bit careless of me. Anyway, Tim knows all about that. And I also bought a signature sheet from Australia 1968 going to South Africa. Another nice one which I had to fight quite hard for was this lovely signature of Tom Hayward, the great Surrey player, in England as well. And that will now, once I get it framed up, we'll be going with this lovely Belden photograph. So it's going to go something, what will it go like? I imagine it will go something like that to match up with my J.N. Crawford one with a signature in it. So I'm quite pleased with that. Lovely photograph there of the great Tom Hayward. And yeah, very pleased with that. And it's taken outside the Christian church, so I'm not quite sure where that's taken yet. I haven't done any research on where that might have been taken, but no doubt someone's going to know that. So I'm pleased with the Tom Hayward my signature. And then another one there of Jack Hobbs, this lovely photograph here, walking out the Oval, probably about lunch, just after lunch I should think, because Tom Shepherd there, reasonably rare signature of Tom Shepherd, and Jack Hobbs are walking out to bat at the Oval, so I'm assuming that's about lunchtime because he was a middle order bat. So I'm really pleased with that image, I have to say, nice and clear press photograph. So that was a great addition. And then, as you know, I've got some Lord Sheffield items which I showed 3 or 4 podcasts ago, and I managed to pick up this lovely leather bound Lord Sheffield fixture card from 1891. There it is, beautiful leather bound, and we're presuming quite strongly that that was Lord Sheffield's fixture card. In there are the fixtures. We've got the 3 test matches there, programme of international and intercolonial matches in New South Wales. So that's all of them on there. So that's quite a nice, lovely addition to the Lord Sheffield collection. And also on that, I've bought the colours from the tour, which is the lovely colours there. Certainly puts a bright area on the wall, I have to say, rather than the black and white photographs. Got a splash of colour now. And that behind there is a speech that Lord Sheffield made after a dinner in New South Wales. So quite pleased with those colours there. They were from the David Frith collection too. So I'm very pleased with that. Now just going on the Lord Sheffield tour, something I didn't show the other week, which was this one here, which is a lovely photograph of Moses Hills, which is near the pyramids. On the tour, they obviously went on there and had a look around there. Bit of an oasis there with the water and the camels and what have you. Nice photograph. But on the back of that as well is this lovely, I've shown this before as well, an RMS Arcadia, which the team travelled on. This is just the day after they got to Australia and sailing on round. It's a lovely, the Darkest African Minstrels, a bit of entertainment evening on board ship. And there you can see, what have we got there? We've got W.G. Grace as the, well, whatever that says there, interjection. So he's reading that. And then we've got Mr. Reed, Shaw, Briggs, Stoddart and the likes doing various bits and pieces on the ship for entertainment purposes. So that's a nice addition to the collection, which I've had now for about 2 or 3 years, I think. So I'm very pleased with that. Up there, We've got Johnny Briggs up there as Bonio, by the looks of it. So it's quite not quite politically correct these days, but it's a lovely thing to have. So that's another addition to the Lord Sheffield bit. So I'm really pleased with my raid on Norwich last week. Also got a, I think we just mentioned it actually, a team sheet 1968 Australians to South Africa. So well pleased with my weekend's work. So I hope you all got on all right at the night's auction, and I'll see you on the next one. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Cheers.